system, free radicals, and all of that sort of thing. You get what I'm saying? Yes, Pacha. Cool? So, all the system need is to achieve homeostasis. Homeostasis in the brain, homeostasis in every organs of the body. Harmony. It's called harmony. Balance, mahat. Glutathione is one of the most powerful antioxidants in the body that is responsible for homeostasis. And you cannot maintain stillness, balance, internal and external balance without this very important. You know, anything that is a trinity, you know, that is a Christ molecule. You know that? This is a Christ molecule, you know. Real powerful. You need to look at the structure of these things, you know. This is where the shift comes from, you know. When you start seeing the structure for what it is. Powerful Christ molecule inside of your body. Nobody wants to talk about it. Because a lot of industries are sitting on top of this compound. Nobody wants to teach you the way they need to teach you. Get me? But a number of companies and corporations are sitting on your head. Sitting on these very important amino acids because they distract you to talk about meat protein and not actually delving into amino acids. And you can see how industries, corporations, global elites are sitting on your pineal gland. I'm going to show you how they sit on your pineal gland one of these days. You know what I mean? With different structures you don't even understand. This thing is real warfare. Real chemical warfare. Biochemical warfare. This is real sorcery. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But let me move on and show you something else. How we combat this type of war that is going on human consciousness. And we're in the time of Aquarius. And Aquarius means innovation. Technological innovation. And this is a technology. As Sadhguru said, this is the most sophisticated gadget. This is a technology, a very advanced technology. This is a powerful chemistry lab. Be careful of the chemicals that you create inside your body with thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Remember the Trinity. Remember, you know, if you want to master anything, my people, remember, master anything. If you want to master anything, remember something called thoughts. Thoughts, this is energy. Feelings, this is vibration. This is a feminine piece. And I am about knowing, but the first piece is about you should know thyself. That's the journey. But before we get there, we have to go through what is called belief. Cool? And in order to master this thing that your consciousness, my people, you are 9 ether beings. In order to master these things, you must, as I said, you are here to do what? Experiment. Experiment. I could put it right here. Experiment. We are here to do what again? Explore. What we are here to do again? Emit. The only way you can master the hexagonal pyramid that they use to build melanin. How to use the melanin. Melanin. So the melanin portal. How we going to do this now, my people? You have to know thyself, you know, fully, you know. So you have to bring down the feminine piece of the triangle, which is thought, feelings, and belief. And you know, this is usually corresponding to frequency. So this part again is the vibration. Because woman, if you carry out the experiment then on the planet, they can't have so much man that carry out experiment on the planet. Experimentation is a feminine thing. It's the vibration. It's how you engineer the planet as a woman, as the black woman. Exploration, a man go on exploration. That's a movement. We go conquer, capture, and control. Yes, so exploration. This is a masculine thing. So every man must go out, they go do that piece here. It's an energy piece. Right? And while you are experimenting and explore, you know what I mean, you emit. That means you collect light inside your DNA. And you release knowledge, information, data. All of these things. Frequency, time is a frequency thing. That's why I can shift your frequency with time. This is if you want to master yourself and how you move through the plane. You have to at least move by your signature. You must know, so you must tap into your purest thoughts. You must clean up your feelings. Because as I said, your thought, you see your feelings, it connected to your endocrine system. The feelings is connected to the endocrine system, so you can't take pill. You can't take pill and hormone and these things because you mess up your feelings. Your thought is connected to what is called the nervous system. You get what I say? You can't take drugs. You mash up yourself, bro. You get what I say now? And when you have your thoughts aligned and clear, and you tap into the purest of your feelings, this is when you can come into know thyself. You know more things. But until you can tap into thoughts, and you learn to tap into thoughts through experiment and exploration, and you learn to tap into feelings through experiment and exploration some more, you're getting to the thing where you can know thyself more and more. But until now, we have to use some belief systems and take time, move our way, guide ourselves, So we might go church, we might go school, because we really want to come from belief and going to know thyself. You get me? And when you do that now, you can master this thing what they call time. You no longer live in time, but you know, so you're a man with emit through frequencies. You know what I mean? At a moment. Because when you're emitting light at a moment, then call that time, And so then deal with it. You see when you emit, you see when you emit light, when you give out this light, you use up this light per moment. Yeah, when I use light per moment, you use the light wisely. A bulb when I use still. And some bulb light when I use still. When I use God light. Yes. But remember the energy I come from a source now, Cora. The energy have a frequency I come with it, and it come from a vibrational place. Because energy make things vibrate and bring things into creativity. You get me? Right. So this is the Trinity. Energy, frequency, and vibration. And you use this Trinity for creation. So if you can bring down the cosmic piece, which is the feminine piece, this is always the feminine piece, the piece coming down. This triangle coming down is always the feminine piece. So we have to pull down from the cosmic plane. When we have pulled down from the cosmic plane, we must have a feminine approach to it, alright? Yes. And then we are going to now create by harmonizing here in the material realm with the masculine piece that is going up. You get me? And this can be applied to anything that we are doing. Anything that we are doing. We can open up portal by understanding the energy signature of things. Cool? But let me move from this now. Let me move from this and show you what I'm coming towards. Because remember, we're coming to this, This. For it. Remember, we're coming to this, Alright, so watch we move now. So enter, if you want to raise your vibration, you want to tap into self, you want to know your purpose, first you got to do this. understand that everything is mental, right? This is why we have thoughts. Everything is mental. Mind, all mind. So we have thoughts. And because we now come down into a physical 3D form, we can express feelings about the internal environment after we collect the light. Because it's all about the light, the light. So we have feelings. And this is why it is important that the feelings must be clean as much as possible. Not pure. The thoughts as well. You must, the thoughts must be disciplined. You must order the feelings. You get me? And then you can tap more into know thyself. Know thyself. And this is when you're going to merge the left brain hemisphere with the right brain hemisphere. And you get what is called brain hemisynchronization. And you see the pineal gland now can become activated and the whole neocortex can become activated. The more you come closer to knowing thyself, you release the kundalini energy, that serpent energy they talk about. But watch how me tap into something else now. Watch me real quick. Let me wrap up this thing. I don't want to take the whole day. I will talk about chemotherapy drug a while ago and how it can destroy the body because of the heavy metal and the dangerous nature of mimicking apoptosis. But the brain food. Nobody talk about the brain food. The brain food. Nobody talking about the brain foods. Why Americans have so much problem? Why black people have so much problem with the brain? Why we have so much problem with the brain? Nobody talks about brain food. Aspirant Saradi, did you know that they deliberately did not talk about brain food? They deliberately did not talk about brain food. You know why? I'm going to show you why. You see brain food? Do you know what is a brain food? Can you tell me what is a brain food? Tell me the brain food group. For it, tell me the brain food group. Tell me the name of the brain food group. But just agreed, Seamus. You can't wrong do it, but you cannot wrong. But I'm going to delve into it. That is one of the nutrients there, Queen P. There's nuts and beans. Alright. Somebody come back with amino acid. No, sir. Walnut. Alright then. Cause somebody said seeds. The seed shall be the meat. So that is the protein part that we discussed a while ago. Fats. The scent one. The scent one. The fats. The fats and oil. Nobody's saying it, Fats and oils. Anybody know this food group? Yes. Anybody know that food group? Fats and oils. This is where your head get mashed up now, Because not many of us know anything about this brain food business. This is why we lost our ear. This is why we encountering thinning ear. This is why we have all the brain issue, the neurological issue, because we don't know how the brain actually works. Right? So we're going to tap into the brain right now. Seriously. We're tapping into the brain. Keep the board active. Keep the thing tapping. Tap this thing. Fats and oil. Let me go a little deeper. When we look into fats and oil as brain food, we're going to delve deep into it. Anybody know what is? We're talking about, wait, give them another one. Close the Trinity. So you see when you're talking about brain food, my people, I don't want nobody to tell me about avocado. I don't want nobody to tell me about meat. I don't want nobody tell me all of these crazy things. School, you're going back to school right now. So when you're talking about brain food, when we're talking about brain food, ask one of those women who breastfeed and have that thing called formula. Tell me, ask one of those women with the baby formula to look at the baby formula to see if there is this thing. This thing, EPA, DHA. All right. You realize on baby formula. You realize on baby formula. We're talking about big city. We are talking about real brain food when I tell about the people and to make them brain fire and them powerful. You know, have to take no supplement. You see, once you take the right thing, them in your nutrients, them in your plants them and stuff, then can't hold the brain. But most of the brain fog we have are because we don't have them something right up here on my list. I want somebody to tell me before we tap into the vitamins. These things that I'm listing right here, you know what they are called? Fatty acids. Anybody know that these things are called fatty acids? Tell me what EPA stands for. Tell me what EPA stands for. The P, can make the P a little bigger so you can see where the EPA comes from. Anybody ever hear about these terms? Anybody hear about these terms? You see when they're talking about brain food, Ricky Rose, me see you tapping in. You see when they're talking about, and these things are Divine 9, they are called Omega, we soon look into that. You see when they're talking about brain food, stop let them trick you. Know these things on a personal level. Know exactly what you're going for when you're going for foods. These things are the only fatty acids that the body uses and can use. If it is not in the oil source, it's of no use. And these fatty acids are exclusive and found in specific areas. Now, all those amino acids are right. Those fatty acids are inside of this. Hold on. I'm going to let you find out yourself. Anybody ever seen this one? What is SDA? What is SDA? Anybody figure out what is SDA? Eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA. You must learn to say it. Eicosapentaenoic acid. Eicosapentaenoic acid. Anytime you're going for the brain, all you need to nourish the brain are fatty acids. The neuron inside the brain, they are wrapped in myelin sheath. These membranes are made up of fatty acids. Oftentimes, KO3. Oftentimes, these fatty acids are polyunsaturated. Stearinic acid. KO3, are you alone and pass the exam, you know? KO3, are you alone and pass the exam, you know? D. If them know what them are talking about when them talking about brain and brain detox and brain flush, if them really know what them talking about when them talking about brain therapy, brain nourishment, brain food, the only thing they can talk about primarily and firstly, they must talk about the fatty acids. Because the brain is nothing but liquids and fats, right? And because there are a lot of membranes in the brain, from the neurons to the glial cells, all of these cells contain what is called membrane. And the membrane is made up of phospholipids. So learn phospholipids. They are in the membranes of these neurons, glial cells. And the fatty acids that are there, they call them omega-3, omega-6. But who are they? Who are they? So here on the board, what is ALA? Tap in now. So we have 4 important fatty acids on the board that makes up the powerful 4 that we need. Sometimes it is 3. The EPA, DHA, and ALA. Those are the first trinity until, we tap into SDA and the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Alpha-linoleic acid. Alpha-linolenic acid. Alpha, you hear what it said? It never said beta. Yes, alpha-linolenic acid. It then a coconut oil too. But hold on. All right, talk to me now. It said alpha linolenic acid. See it there? No. Talk to me now. Talk to me now. You really think, say, anytime you're talking about brain function, most of you don't have a brain function because you don't have them oils inside your brain. You think you get that from cooking chicken? You think you get that from frying chicken? You think you get that from your brown stew or your oxtail? You think you get this thing for your jerk chicken? You think you get this thing for your pork? You think you get this thing nowhere else from real sources? You think your gravy have anything called EPA, DHA, SDA, ALA? Talk to me, man. Talk to me, my people, why I eat up a whole heap of meat and I eat it for 40 years and not get no results. You just get big belly. Talk to me. You think the fats and oils, these fatty acids that I list right here, very powerful, are the only fatty acids that the brain need. EPA, DHA, ALA, SDA. Right? Those who know the codes will bring it to you straightforward and tell you exactly what to eat. You can't eat nothing called corn oil for these things. You can't eat nothing called these oils not found in these places, my people. You see, the cooking oil is the dead oil. You use cooking oil to make gravy. Send you to the grave. Gravely. The cooking oil, the gravy, give you grave disease because they create the cooking oil, what they call vegetable oil or seed oil. GMO oil, these are GMO oils. GMO. So what these oils form whenever you heat them, whenever you apply flame, a lot of fire. When you apply fire to these oil, you form what is called free fatty acids. That's how you look like fatty, That or poison, cancerous. So your cooking oil not help you. Enter, you see if you have cooking oil inside of your place, dead again. Your cooking oil not going to help you. And the way you're dealing with cooking oil, with the heat, you're going straight to the grave. You get what I'm saying? These things that they give you called vegetable oil and seed oil, they are fake. Your body cannot use these things to do nothing. You cannot find EPA in them, DHA in them, SDA in them, ALA. Them trying to even engineer these things so that you can think they contain them. No. These acids that I list right here, these are light molecule. These things, these three things, these three light carrying molecules. This is why they call them antioxidants. They call them antioxidants because they carry light molecules. This guy is a satanic molecule. Satanic. Black people hook on this thing called vegetable oil, seed oil, and it give them nothing but arthritis, diabetes, arteriosclerosis, and all type of cardiac issues. You see? Because this oil, this thing right here, this thing can form plaque. This thing can form some plaque and block up even your artery. So stay there with your cooking oil. You're going to the grave because you won't stop making gravy. No oil that is healthy can be heated. You cannot heat olive oil. If you can heat the olive oil, that's not the real olive oil. Real olive oil is green like the bottle. Real olive oil is green like the bottle. Alright? And it cannot be in clear container. Olive oil, real olive oil must be in a very dark container because it is light sensitive. It is heat sensitive. The same goes for these guys. These guys are light sensitive and heat sensitive because anything that is sensitive to light and heat, they are alive. They are alive like the sea moss. Get what I'm saying? Light. But the important thing that I want to take away today is that spirulina, spirulina and chlorella in this sea moss is a powerful source of EPA, DHA, SDA, and ALA. So this is why I'm saying to you, eat the green clean because you cannot find the real sources of these very important amino acids every day. Right? So consume that. Let me see what other eye now. I'm not saying this is not a good oil, you know. This is a good oil too, you know. This one is good too, you know. This is, you see it at DHA and EPA? Can you see it? Can you see it? EPA, DHA. You have to look for these things on the bottles when you're going to purchase stuff because you're targeting this thing. You're targeting these two things, EPA, DHA. Don't get lost into this thing. You're taking all these oils and oils and oils. Know exactly who you want from the oil because they carry out specific function in the brain. EPA and DHA, they also on the formula that you give the baby. Be careful of the formula that they are creating in these formulas and giving the baby. They are cancer formulas, diabetes formulas. Cool? Know the natural sources where you can get EPA, and EPA means eicosapentaenoic acid. DHA means docosahexaenoic acid. They are omega-3 fatty acids. So I'm going to explain to you now why they call them omega-3 fatty acids, okay? And I'm telling you that the green clean that we provide to you contain the same EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, because it is heavily found in spirulina and chlorella. Google spirulina and chlorella, EPA, DHA to confirm with me. Ask the AI if spirulina and chlorella contain EPA and DHA. Prove me wrong, AI. Prove me wrong, AI. Prove me. Spirulina and chlorella. Does spirulina and chlorella contains EPA and DHA? And even SDA. Google even SDA. Put it all in. They don't know what I do. Even this oil good too. You can have this oil. This one is good too. This one is a powerful oil too. You know them way there? Careful of the jars. This one is very good. You need your omega-3. So that thing called EPA, DHA, SDA, ALA, that's all you need fats for. Fatty acids and glycerols. And you won't get them from the chicken. You will not get them from the beef. Let those who think they get them from the beef, eat the beef. 9 Eta beans, time to shift. Cosmic soul tribes, time to shift. If you are going to hold higher frequency light, you need the molecules alive. You need them wholesome, intact. Get what I'm saying? So don't apply any heat to these important fatty acids. I'm going to show you how powerful these fatty acids are shortly. Now. Hold on, man. Don't move. Don't move. Because the ginkgo will contain some of these very important fatty acids. I want you to talk about, whenever you're talking about brain, I don't want you to talk about the foods them. I want you to start talking intelligently. Yes, man, the brain need the eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA. Don't bother think this EPA is Environmental Protection Agency. You get what I'm saying? They use those other words to distract you from the real EPA. EPA is regulating arsenic for the brain. But you don't know that your brain also have its own EPA that remove arsenic. What if you get what I mean? What if you get what I mean? What if you get what I mean? One of them get what I mean a while ago. Arsenic is a terrible drug. A terrible toxin. Arsenic. Arsenic is a very terrible toxin, you know. Arsenic. Arsenic will eat out the neurons of the brain. Mercury. Mercury, toxic element, you know. Eat out the neurons of the brain, you know. Knock out glial cells. You hear mommy say you lose a screw? These elements, man, will knock them out. Knock them out for real. You get a grave disease. No joke, you know. You see this thing? You have a next one called aluminum. You see aluminum? These guys, whenever they see the neurons inside your brain, they're just feeding on them. Let me show you something, man. Let me show you something. Remember these things, you know. Remember EPA, DHA, SDA. Anyway, you see, the brain, the body actually needs these two, you know. So these two, the brain need these two. And these two are some 22 carbon chains. 20 and 22 carbons inside of these things. I just want to show you the structure. This structure can wind up like wire, you know. These fatty acids are wire chain, man. Them, yeah, current running on them. Right, DHA too. But in order to make EPA and DHA, this is one of the pathway or the precursor that is used to make EPA and DHA. Them use stearidonic acid to make EPA and DHA inside the body. You can do it. You can do it. Some of us make the EPA at will using stearidonic acid. But most of us use alpha-linoleic acid to make EPA and DHA. You following me? You have this thing called alpha-linoleic acid. You can get this from many things, including palm oil, coconut oil, but the same seaweeds and stuff like that. But this is a precursor, meaning that it is very important. You're going to need this thing in order for making these things. That is what it is. So you need more of this in your diet. More of this in the diet if you are going to be able to make the brain food. These two important brain food. Once you have a lot of this in the brain, you cannot have MLS, you cannot have LS, you cannot have ALS, you cannot have schizophrenia, you cannot have seizure, you cannot have epilepsy, you cannot have no brain neurodegenerative disease if you have enough EPA and DHA. They are responsible for brain homeostasis. They control even the cytokine storm in the brain and the COX-2 genes. So know the brain, my people. Your brain need EPA and DHA. Find the sources where you get them. Your body can make some of this EPA by itself too. but they will tell some of you that your body cannot do it. Get what I'm saying? Watch me now. Let me show you something. Because all of these things, EPA, DHA, SDA, found in spirulina and chlorella. Did you Google it? Spirulina contain EPA. Did you verify it? Did you verify that spirulina and chlorella contain EPA? Where can we find these things? Vegetable oil, dangerous. Vegetable oil, dangerous. I want to make sure that you look properly. Follow me? Spirulina, chlorella, CMOS. This thing can clean up your system. Talk to me now, man. This is why I do what I do, you know. This is why I do what I do. I give you something that you would not eat every day. Yes, aspirin, once you get in the light molecules, yes. So in this thing called spirulina and chlorella, you're able to get icosapentaenoic acid. It is a brain neuroprotector. You hear the word new? You hear this word before? Neuro. Protector. Neuro mean brain. Brain. These are the brain protector. You get your migraine and all of that because you're not balancing the fatty acids in your brain. If you don't have much fatty acids, EPA, DHA, SDA in the brain, you will come down with brain fog. Inflammation will build up. And remember I said, these work with zinc, iron, and the vitamins B1, 2, 6 to right up, 12, 3. Get what I'm saying? And in the CMOS you have all of that. All of that sort of thing. Chlorella also provide you with all of this. But did you know that? Did you know that spirulina and chlorella are powerful in removing heavy metals from your system? Did you know that spirulina and chlorella are powerful in removing heavy metals from your system? Thank you, Aspirin Saradi. Powerful. Tap the screen for my people and keep me up there. Right? Now, the next thing that I want to show you, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. When we tap in, man. When we tap in, my people. When we tap in with cosmic formula, they can't catch you, They can't catch you, when you tap in properly with the product. This is what we talk about conscious food, right? Because you know that the gut is going to be that vibrational piece, right? So you don't know we have to build the gut. And we're going to use the CMOS, the spirulina, because they contain what is called prebiotic, probiotics. So why are you playing when I give you the green clean? You cannot play with the green clean. You cannot play with the green clean CMOS. So you must go to the Pioneer room and order the green clean. It's a serious blend. Go to the Pioneer room and order the green clean. Spirulina, chlorella, and CMOS marries together with a nice blend of lemon. You get what I'm saying? Meticulously put together, compounded. So when I give you this, I'm going for the brain and I'm going for the gut. Every time when you hear me talk about gut-brain food, whenever I talk about gut-brain food, my people, this is the gut-brain food because it regenerates your gut. It takes out the dairy. Remember dairy? Remember that guy dairy? Yes. And it takes out the snack guy. The snack guy will give you the MSG. And this rob the sulfur and imbalance the calcium, fake sulfur. And then this guy that called agriculture fertilizer, that destroy your glycine gut. Remember, this guy is here to fix business and remove these guys, even the glyphosate. Because glyphosate love attach itself to aluminum, love attach itself to some heavy metals. You get what I'm saying? So the detox process is here. And then I'm telling you about the very important amino acids. People, when I help people heal them body, man, teach them real knowledge. Connect the dots. This is why I'm here with a PhD, because some of you need to reach out to me. I make you crack some things, break down some things, and get them on a more simpler form so that people can understand what the healing process is about. Because we don't really know foods, and we don't know nutrients, and we're not familiarized in ourselves with how these things look visually or in a geometric arrangement. So we can create them inside of our body, and we can use simple precursors in our food to upregulate them or maintain their synthesis or production. So spirulina, chlorella, my people. Not many people familiar with spirulina and chlorella, and I'm pushing this in the black communities hard since 2020. We must get familiarize ourselves with spirulina, familiarize ourselves with chlorella. Chlorella is very powerful again in removing heavy metals. Get what I'm saying? These are spirulina is a cyanobacteria, Powerful. So we need to have these things in our gut if we are going to take back our brain, alright? If we are going to take back our gut, we need to have these things in our body because we see what they do. They can provide you with the important EPA, DHA, SDA, the zinc, the iron, the vitamins. You need these things to regenerate your gut, rebalance your gut, kick out some of the unhealthy things that have seeded unhealthy parasites inside of the gut. Get rid of the heavy metal wherever they at. As soon as you introduce spirulina and chlorella in the body, because these compounds are loaded with magnesium, these species are loaded with zinc, loaded with iron, they can easily flush platinum, aluminum, mercury, and all these heavy metals. What they really do is replace them, push them out, and chelate them, oxidize them, bound them. And this is why amino acids is important, because after the body binds up these toxins, it is the amino acids that will react with these toxins and make them become soluble. So this is why I want to teach you more about amino acids. You use amino acids to pull these toxins from their crystal state into a soluble state where you can sweat them out, breathe them out, urinate them out. You need amino acids to do that. You have specific amino acids that you use to detox your body. So whenever you're going through a detox process, you must make sure that you have some amino acids and you have important amino acids that you use for detoxing. So stop talking about protein, because you will miss the important amino acids that also is a part of the whole detox process. Because detoxification is really about going where the toxins are in the body, and what you are going to do is dissolve the toxins. And when the toxins are dissolved and released from the area, the next thing you need to do is prevent the area from becoming inflamed. So you must use something to keep down inflammation. So after you remove the toxin from the area, put something there to prevent inflammation. So the detox program must have a lot of antioxidants in the program. And then after you release the toxins, expect the toxins will be in the blood circulating. This is why people get nauseous. People feel, sick. upset and some people think it's not working. It's because the toxins are in the blood. What you need to do now, introduce the important amino acids now that you can use to chelate or grab these toxins and bind them up and put them into a liquid form, because most of these toxins were tied up in fat cells. So you call them fat soluble heavy metals. So you'll have to remove them, then chelate them with some amino acids so that they can move to the kidneys where they can be removed as urine. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand how the detox process goes. Don't leave out amino acid out of detox program. This means you're going to spread the toxins over the person's body, and don't trap them after you release them from the area where they were bound for a very long time. Trap them with amino acids. Simple amino acids like spirulina, chlorella, they contain the amino acids. CMAS, they contain the free amino acids. But your meat won't provide your diet, so that when you're doing detox program, you can get amino acids. Right? Right. Yes. The detox program. Most detox program